Alright, what is up everybody? Welcome back to yet another video. It's been a very long time since I was recording, because I recorded like a bunch last time I recorded. So we're just gonna jump straight into it and keep going. I'm not really sure what we did in the last video, but I played around and found some stuff that we need to do. And I guess we are still working on the AI, so that's what we are gonna keep doing now. I'm a bit cold, so if I start coughing and stuff like that, I'm sorry about it. Anyway, let's get into it. So we have this project, and there's a couple of things that we need to do. We're just gonna keep working on the AI, but for instance, when I shoot him, we are gonna aggro, right? I think so, yeah. And for some reason, we need, or there's a couple of things that we need. Hurry up. We need to, why is this so slow? There we go. Exactly. This is what I mean. So when I shoot him now, it's like he continues. We need to make a better targeting system for him, because right now he probably should switch to me. In this case, I think. And yeah. Attack me. Look, he doesn't. Ah, but there he switched for some reason. Yeah, I don't really know. So we need to fix that. We also need to make the AI die if we shoot it enough times and stuff like that. So there's plenty of things going on. But let's improve the targeting of the AI first. So we got the master AI. What we do is, I guess we have the aggro-sphere. So when we so when a player enters this enters the sphere, we add, okay, we should actually, I think we should add, I'm not sure why we don't do that. So we want to add the players, this one to players in range. We set it to aggro, and it aggroes the first players who enters the aggro sphere, right? So that's good. But if we shoot him without entering, he should also aggro, right? Yeah, he does. So, and that is probably in the take damage, right? AI take damage. If we don't have aggro, we're gonna start chasing the player. Okay, so that's good. And the target will be the shooting target. That's good. If we do have aggro and we damage the player, we want it to attack the closest player, I guess. The closest player who damaged the AI, right? So there's a 50-50% chance we're gonna run. And do we have a timer somewhere? Yeah, fuck it. Anyway, so we need a function for that. So get closest player, and for that we will have all of the players in range. For each of them, we will get distance to, and other actor and self. So we will compare ourselves to other actor, and for each we will promote this to a variable that is called closest. Actually, we can delete this. We can promote it to a local variable, I think. Yeah, let's do that first. So we have so for each we're gonna set the distance, or actually no, we're gonna start by checking. We're gonna get the closest player and we're gonna check if this is less than the current closest player distance. So if the distance between the currently looping player is less than the closest player, that means that the distance to this player is less than the closest player distance, so that will be the new closest player distance. And this will be promote variable closest player. Okay, am I already doing this somewhere? Okay, yeah, let's closest player distance. There we go. And now we can promote this to a variable. And we can call this closest player, right? And we are gonna set the closest player to the currently looping one. And before we do that, we need to reset the closest player distance, just that it just needs to be a high number, 10,000 or whatever. So basically this is the resetting of it. So players in range will never be higher than 10,000, the distance to them. So we loop through the first player in range, check if it's less than 10,000. If it is less than 10,000, which it most certainly will be, we will set the closest player distance to the distance of the first one, and that will be the closest player. Then we will loop to the next one. If the next one is closer, the distance to that one is closer to the new closest player distance, that's gonna be the new closest player instead. So simple as that. So take damage. We are gonna get closest player, or actually, yeah, event chase player. Should it just always choose, because we could just do the here. I mean, we could just do like this. If we already have aggro, we're gonna get the closest and set the closest player to the target instead, and then we're gonna chase again. Let's see if that works. So if I shoot from here, it should attack that one instead. No, because I don't. Yeah, it's gonna start by aggroing me because I'm the one who shot it, I guess. Yeah, exactly. But now it already has aggro, so if we shoot it again, It should attack him. Yeah, perfect. No. I'm not sure what's happening here. Okay. That didn't work. Set has aggro. Perfect. If it has aggro, so next time it takes damage, it's gonna go up here. We're gonna get the closest player. We're gonna set the target, the closest player is dead. And we're gonna chase. Right. And component begin overlap. We do add it. Okay. We don't need to set the target here. Or do we? No, we don't. We're gonna do a check here first. Get has aggro. If we don't have aggro, we're gonna set it to true. We're gonna set the target to this one. But if we already have aggro, we're not actually gonna do anything, I believe. I'm not sure that's probably not the reason it didn't work, but alright, I'm just gonna change the movement speed. Why is this not? Do we need to set these ones to replicate it? Might be why it's not working. So set the players in range and closest player to replicated. Master AI replicates, perfect. And yeah, I'm just gonna set the speed to just so it goes a little bit faster. For testing purposes, he's gonna run and walk in at 250. Okay, so if I enter his area, he's gonna attack right. Perfect. He's still gonna chase me. I have no idea why he goes there though. Okay, so something is not valid. It's when we do. Okay, so the closest player reference doesn't really work. So the target, yeah, okay. So it's probably when we set this to closest player. Let me pause 1 second. All right, fixed. Not sure if this was an Unreal Engine 5 problem or not, but it took me longer than it should have to fix that. So somebody asked me in like the comments, like, how do you learn to do all of this without looking at a tutorial? You don't. It's like I'm googling all the time, even though when I pause I go into my other projects and look how I managed to solve it, and it's like, why isn't it working now? So it's like nobody really knows everything from their head. Anyway, so the issue seems to have been, I'm not entirely sure because I tried a bunch of stuff, but closest player distance, remove it from local variables and make it a normal variable instead, and make sure it's replicated, as well as replicate, or actually we need to try this as well, sorry, because I tried getting all players from class first and that seemed to work, but let me see if it works with the overlapping players, and it seems to be. And now attack him. Yeah, perfect. So you generally want to avoid get all actors from class. That's why we're using this agrosphere, because get all actors from class is a fairly heavy procedure. So this should be better. Oh no, that's good actually. So we don't. So yeah, so that's it. I increased it to 50,000 and replicated, and it seems to work this way. Dun, dun, dun. Also, yeah, it should probably work like this as well, right? No, other actor should be this, and comparison to self, that should work also, right? That's how I set it up from start. Yeah, that works. So perfect. So that's a reasonable way. That's as expected. That should work. And instead, we can remove this, and we can remove this, and we can remove this, because we don't actually need the target at this point. Because instead of the target, I'm just always gonna attack the closest player. Because otherwise it will be super easy to kite him. So we can remove, sorry, this is just me experimenting. So yeah, so now we will always attack the closest player instead. So switch the target to closest player. I think we can probably remove find reference. We can probably remove this. And we can we can do it like this. So now we are only using the closest player variable, and we can remove this. We'll probably do the target later as well, but just to keep it simple for now, that should work. What are we at? 18 minutes. Okay, good. So I think that's enough for this one. Should have been quicker than 18 minutes to fix that. Actually, it's not working anymore. Okay, so I wonder... okay, so apparently there was something that I needed to do there. Ah, this is annoying. I'm not sure why it's not working. It should work. Maybe I needed the target variable. Yeah, okay. So, because we are looping, yeah, that's it. Because we are looping, when we shoot him, yeah, okay, so we actually, so we need to do like this. I know what happened. So when we are looping through the overlapping players, when we shoot, and since we aren't overlapping yet, it doesn't know which one is the closest player, so that's why. So when we go into this one, begin overlap, we should so when we take damage, we should always be in range. So this should work. So when we attack, we also add ourselves to players in range. So that means that even when we are not really in range and fire, we should be targetable. Yep, there we go. All right, perfect. That's good. I mean, we could probably... We should probably do one more thing, actually. Because you saw he ignored the other actor that was actually closer. And that's not really how it should work. He should just attack. So if I shoot the AI from behind another player, he should still attack the other player that is in the way. So we will make sure that's how it works, and we will do that by when we overlap the agrosphere, probably. I mean, no matter if we have aggro or not, basically. That should work. Let me just test. That works. Now for sure he still keeps attacking that one, so that's good. Now he should attack me. Yep. Perfect, that's a better system. So delete this. So that basically means that whenever a new player enters the agrosphere, we check if that player is closer, basically, by this function here. And if it's closer, we're just gonna attack that one instead. Perfect, that seems to work. 23 minutes for that. We're gonna be finished with this video for now. Trying to keep them shorter, as I said before. As always, let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next one where we will just keep doing AI stuff. Bye.